My name is Miss Meggie, and I'm gonna have a friend up here in just a second. Name is Coral, and we are going to be talking to you guys about how to train your dolphin. So simple psychology about how training our animals here at the aquarium goes and why we do it. So why do we train our animals? There are lots of different kinds of benefits that they can have from training and bonding with those trainers. One of them is mental exercise. We kind of give them puzzles for them to figure out, also known as environmental enrichment devices or EEDs. They also have physical exercise. A lot of the behaviors that these animals are doing for us are engaging their muscles, giving them some exercise that they need throughout the day. And it's good to keep their brain muscles and their body muscles strong and healthy. We also train our animals for preventative health care. Preventative health care is kind of like you guys at home going to the doctor at least once a year, hopefully, where you guys go and check in with your doctor just to make sure that everything's good. And then if your doctor can catch something before something bad happens. We're doing that all the time here with our animals, giving them doctor checkups, vet checkups, and just kind of checking in with their general well-being. So in training these animals, we can train them to jump up onto a scale for us, maybe to present a paw or a flipper so that we can do a blood test for them. And then we're going to take all that stuff back to our lab and analyze it, make sure that the animal is healthy. So they are used to this medical participation when we are actively working with them. So that's a lot of reasons why we train our animals. So we're gonna go ahead and break down how we train our animals. And we're gonna go way down into some simple psychology, lots of terminology, but don't worry, step with me and I will explain it with you guys as we go along. So the big picture here is called operant conditioning. Operant conditioning is a principle found by B.F. Skinner, and it is essentially rewarding something for a behavior, and then that something will find that reward reinforcing, showing that behavior again in the future. So it's like you guys getting an A on a test when you're at school and I give you a piece of candy for it. That's going to make you want to study some more for the next test that you're going to take so you can potentially get a piece of candy again by the time that you pass that next test. Another way to think of positive reinforcement would be training your dogs at home. If you are a viewer who has a dog at home, you've probably trained him a couple of tricks, such as sit, lay down, come, fetch, something like that. Those are behaviors. And when you are training your puppy how to do these kinds of behaviors, you generally reward them with a treat. If you have them sit, they sit nicely for you, and then you present them with that treat. That dog will know the sit vocal command means to sit, he will get a treat, and he is likely to do that behavior again upon that vocal command, and eventually just that vocal command is going to be reinforcing for him in general. And he wants to make you happy. To teach you guys about successive approximations, I have another friend from the Georgia Aquarium Education Department here to say hello to you guys. So this is Miss Coral. Hi, Miss Coral. All right, so Miss Coral is going to help me demonstrate how we teach our animals their incredible behaviors, and we're going to do that in 3 steps. Number 1 is going to be the initial behavior. That is where the animal performs the desired behavior that I was looking for. Number 2 is with a bridge. So that is the moment that they do that behavior for me and I say, good job. I reinforce it with verbal reinforcement. And then the third one is positive reinforcement. Now you guys have probably been wondering why I have plastic squid and fish inside of my pocket the entire time. It's because dolphins and other animals around the aquarium love squid and fish. It's one of their favorite snacks. So this is going to be like me giving you guys a piece of candy from that test that we talked about earlier. So how we do this is with a special tool called a target pull. Thank you so much. So this special tool is a target pull once again. It's got a buoy on the end and a plastic rod. It can be longer or shorter. We can move it back and forth for an animal to travel for us. We can spin it in a circle for them to do a flip for us. Any kind of thing that you guys can think of. But this is going to be our main communication tool with the animals because they do not speak English like we do. So we have to do a lot of gestures to communicate to them that way. So Miss Coral is going to demonstrate a behavior on how to learn how to use the target pull for me, and we're going to go over those 3 steps that we talked about earlier. So here we go. Good job, excellent job, Miss Coral. So Miss Coral, here you go. Here is your squid. So let's break that down one more time. The initial behavior that I was looking for is when Miss Coral touched this target pull with her nose. Immediately after she touched it with her nose, I said, good job, Miss Coral, and then pulled out another squid from my pocket and handed it to her as her positive reinforcement. The initial behavior, the bridge, and then the positive reinforcement at the end. So I'm gonna take that back from you one more time, just so I can have a fully stocked pocket of fish food here. Okay, So now that you guys have seen those 3 steps, we're going to put them together in a bigger behavior for you guys. So try to guess what I'm going to teach Miss Coral here. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. Excellent job, Miss Coral. Good job. And I'm going to give you a whole bunch of fish because you did the exact behavior that I was looking for. So it took a couple of spins around, but Miss Coral learned, A, touching this with her nose is a good job. She also learned that she needed to follow it around in a circle. So now I can just do this, and Miss Coral's going to follow it around for me like she did the first time, but I don't want to make her too dizzy. So I only did it once for her. So that is essentially how we train our animals how to do their behaviors. We can move those tiny steps into one large step altogether, and then they will do that for us without having to do the smaller baby steps. So that is how we teach successive approximations and larger behaviors to our animals. Thank you so much, Ms. Coral. Thank you, thank you. All right. So that is a very basic, simple breakdown of how we teach our animals here at the Georgia Aquarium with some simple psychology. I hope you guys enjoyed looking at this demonstration, and I hope you guys learned something. If anything, you now have a fun trick to play with your little siblings at home and try to get them to do behaviors for you. You can use your arm for a target pull if you need one.